One of the best-selling sedans, in fact, one of the best-selling cars in America is the Nissan Altima. And for the 2016 model year, they went through a mid-cycle refresh. You know what that is. That's where they change the nose, change the ass, and make a few modifications to the interior. Some mid-cycle refreshes are more dramatic than others, but not in the case of the Altima. Really don't need to change things when they're working for you. And one of the reasons it's the best-selling sedan, or one of the best-selling sedans in America, is because it gets 39 miles per gallon on the highway from its 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine, made it to a CVT transmission. That is the best fuel economy you can get from a vehicle of this size with a non-hybrid. The Altima's interior is satisfactory. I wouldn't say it's over the top. It doesn't have the biggest nav screen in the industry. It's relatively basic. What I meant with the CVT, it's just you got a little delay when you accelerate, but when you consider the fuel savings you get over a traditional transmission, most people can just live with it. As far as driving dynamics, it's certainly not the worst, but not the greatest either. We recently had the pleasure of driving the all-new Optima from Kia, and they really stiffened that one up. They really dialed in the steering, and that has some of the best driving dynamics in the industry, along with the Mazda 6. I would just put this one right in the middle. It's fine on straight roads. You certainly notice that it could use some improvements in its structure for the next generation, which should be for the 2018 model year. When you have a vehicle that's this important, you're not going to waste a lot of time. You can't wait too long between model changes. This is a great time to be in the market for a mid-size sedan. Whether you're looking at a Camry, Accord, Fusion, Optima, whatever, there are about 10 different ones to choose from, and you could pretty much get into one of those for about $2,000 down and $200 a month on a 36-month lease, depending on trim and options. And the Altima is no exception. It's got pretty good styling, great fuel economy, unbelievable seats. They're NASA-inspired zero-gravity seats. They're not really zero-gravity because you'd have to have your spine parallel to the ground, but they are designed to take pressure off your spine, especially on long trips, and I can attest to it that it does work. What we're not a huge fan of is the CVT transmission, a little bit loud, a little bit noisy during hard accelerations, but the more I'm learning how customers use their vehicles, they don't even notice it. One of the downsides of the Altima is that about 25% of its sales go to fleet sales. What does that mean? Well, they sell to rental car fleets and to large pharmaceutical companies who have to buy these for their sales reps. And the reason that's important to you is because they get those at a cheap price and then they dump them into the auction about 3 years later. So when you go to sell yours, you might find it's got less value than a Camry or an Optima, for example, who don't rely on fleet sales as much. But you can worry about that down the road. For now, get the best deal you can, whether it's the Altima or any one of the great options available today.